there are so many reasons why I got into teaching.
One of the best things is the light bulb moment.
When you see a pupil suddenly understand something, that's really, really special.
Every child is so full of potential, and the thing that makes me proudest to be a teacher is seeing them realise what they are capable of.
I don't think any other job can give you the same satisfaction.
That's why I chose to teach.
You could get £26,000 tax-free to train. Search Apply to Teach. Selected subjects only, subject to eligibility.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen. Podcasting since 2005. You're listening to Gamertag Radio. With your host, podcaster Hall of Famer Danny Pena, the always opinionated Paris Lilly, and from outside of the norm, Peter Toledo. This is Gamertag Radio.
Here we go.
Welcome to Gamertag Radio, episode 647. This is your host, Danny, and joining us this week, the usual Destiny Talk Radio guys. Pete in the house. What's up, Pete?
Yo. I have tickets. I even got front row tickets on the hype train. I don't care. I'm in car A. If y'all need me, I will be on Destiny hype train station waiting for everybody else. I'm
and also Paris.
I got called a hypocrite today.
By who?
Somebody on Twitter saying, you tell us not to pre-order games, but then here you are pre-ordering Destiny 2. You're a hypocrite. That's what he told me on Twitter. And I said, you know what? I said, you know what? You're right, but don't listen to me because I'm a grumpy old man from St. Petersburg, Florida. Don't listen to me. That's what I said.
You know what's funny? I mentioned that to Paris the other day. I was like, yo, Paris, I bet you somebody's going to say something.
No, I know. No, it was funny. No, it was all good. It's not like I got upset about it or anything, but it was funny when I read it because I responded back and I was like, well, what I'm saying is if you don't have ultimate confidence in a game, don't pre-order it. Wait, see if you like it, whatever. Don't just give them your money. That's basically what I've been saying, right? Look, Destiny, I've been talking about this damn game for 3 years. Of course I'm going to pre-order it so I can have it locked in day one and not have to worry about it. So, yeah, I pre-ordered it because I want to make sure I get a beta code just in case there's some shenanigans or tomfoolery. So I pre-ordered it from Amazon. And I think ultimately I'm going to cancel from Amazon and then I'll just pre-order it directly from PlayStation because I'm going to get the PS4 version and then I'm going to take a wait and see on the PC version.
Okay, so let me ask you this, and you too, Pete. I believe it's May 8th. They're planning to have
18th.
The 18th. My bad. May 18th. They're planning to have the first gameplay footage. I believe it's like a live stream. Now, what happened if you already pre-ordered and everything, and you get to see the footage, and you're kind of like.
You cancel your play. You just cancel.
You cancel it just like I canceled Mass Effect. Just like Mass Effect, I held on to the very end, and ultimately I was like, nah, and then I canceled it.
See, that's the beauty of it. You have up until the day of launch to cancel with no penalty. It's not like you lose your money. You just cancel the pre-order and you just don't get it.
Well,
Especially
that's only if you get it from the retail stores. But if you download it or buy it from like the PlayStation Store or Xbox Live, then you can't get your money back.
Right, exactly. And that's why
we've got confirmed PC. Why would you buy it on Xbox One?
Here's why. Number two, for me anyway, so all jokes aside with this, 2 reasons I'm not getting PC. Number one is my son, because he plays on PS4, and I want to play with my son, along with, like I'm part of the Guardian 1 clan. I want to play with those guys too. And number 2, it's PC. And we've seen the track record with some games on PC that day one drivers are always the best reliable things in the world. So I'm expecting it to be buggy the first couple of weeks, to be, bluntly honest with you. So I'd rather wait, let all those bugs get worked out. Like I said, I'm going to main it on PlayStation anyways. And then by the time I see the coast is clear with the PC version, then I'll pick it up and I'll secondarily play it on PC.
Awesome. All right, head over to gamertagradio.com or play.it/gamertag and listen to our past episodes. And you can also find us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, and other podcast directories.
Send us your feedback or questions. Give us a call at 786-273-7GTR. Email us at fanmail@gamertagradio.com or leave a message on speakpipe.com/gamertagradio.
All right, so we're gonna continue with our talk here about Destiny 2, and today Bungie already finally released the first official trailer of the game, and I'm gonna say this, like, I think that I'm definitely gonna buy this game, but right now I just want to like find out more about the story, and I want to see more like about the gameplay. Like, I know Pete and Paris are like the first ones to pre-order this, and they're gonna play it, and they're gonna play this for a very, very long time. But for me, like, I think this one was a better trailer, I think, than the first time they showed the last game, because now it seems like they're gonna have like an official story. Like, the first time that we played Destiny, we were just playing it because it was just fun. Nobody really cared about the story, and I think a year later, when the Taken King came out, that one actually had a pretty good story. So do you guys agree with me or not? Because I think it was a trailer that was really well done, in my opinion.
Well, also understand, this is version 2, so they've had a lot more time to develop things. But I kind of disagree with you on what you're saying with the original version and the story. It was brand new. I think Bungie decided to do a wait and see. Let's do a slow burn with the development and release of the story, which is why you got 3 significant, components that eventually culminated in what we all had just until, last year. With Destiny 2, we've got a lot more established lore. It's kind of like having the first 3 Star Wars and then having the next 3. They have a story. They know what to base it around. They don't have to give it to you. They can again give you the slow burn, but they've already learned from their mistakes. We hope, right?
Yeah, true.
But they've learned what works, what doesn't work, and if what we experienced originally with Halo and now with Destiny. They've always known how to story build. It was just, at least with Halo, they knew what they were doing. They already had an established, lore. With Destiny, they were starting from scratch. Again, we're going into that component of, we know the story, we know what's going on. The Guardian is still around, but now it's a whole new, we're looking at Gaul, I believe his name is, the new commander of this area, that's part of the Cabal. And now it's a chance for the Warlock, the Hunter, and the Titan, and their groups to come back and reclaim Earth, I'm assuming, or Mars, or wherever it is that we're trying to come back and reclaim.
Pete, they destroyed the tower and destroyed our vaults and all our weapons. We're taking back the last city. That's what it is. It's Earth, and it's the Red Guard, and it's the special forces from the Cabal, the Red Guard, who, if you go back to the Taken King, that distress signal was sent out, and it was obviously answered by the Cabal High Command, and they sent the Red Guard to Earth, and they tore up. I was going to curse, but I'm not going to do that. But they destroyed the tower in the last city, and now this is all the remnants and the survivors that are left of the Guardians, and we're going to go throughout the solar system to explore new areas and get new powers and abilities to reclaim the last city on Earth. That's the story for Destiny 2.
And more loot.
Yes, yeah, as Kate Six said, and more loot.
But P, I think I have to disagree with you. At the beginning, you said that this was a wait and see when they first tried Destiny, the story for Destiny 1. And the thing was, at that time when they were developing this game, there was a lot of drama behind the scenes and a lot of changes and so on. I think that affected the story on when they first were working on the first Destiny game, and then throughout the years and months, then it got better. Then that's what happened with the Taken King, and now with this one with Destiny 2. So I mean, I don't think it was like more of a wait and see situation when they released the first game. I don't see it like that.
Okay. You want a cookie?
Yeah, chocolate chip cookie mission. Chocolate chip, please.
I mean, here's the thing. Just my opinion, my perspective on it. The vanilla Destiny, the story was short, brief. It was terrible, disjointed. People were confused. I know I was confused. I still don't know what the damn story was in vanilla Destiny, right? The Taken King fixed a lot of that. Got the quest structure going. We had our antagonist. with the Taken King with Oryx. So we knew what our final destination was, etc. like that. And I think it really fixed, just again, with all the lore and everything that they were doing. So you have to remember, Destiny isn't just a game. It's more like a platform. And look, we know that there's that whole history, Kotaku exposed a lot of stuff behind the scenes. And the game that we got in 2014 was not the original vision for what they were going to do. I mean, it was rushed out in basically a year to get out vanilla Destiny. But they had 3 years of community feedback and development time to kind of fix the structure of what we had with Destiny 1. And that's here we are today with, what was it? Is it 4? Yeah, it's four amazing raids at this point. Obviously, Trials of Osiris, which was something that was not even, I don't know if it was thought of, but that was something that was not there day one that eventually came along. Things like that. It's a living, breathing platform that is constantly being updated. And that's kind of the hope that Destiny 2 can be that culmination of all the lessons learned that Bungie has gotten over the past 3 years, and just the community feedback. And I keep saying community, and I think that's one of the big things that, I give such kudos to Bungie for, is they really did listen to the community these past 3 years, because a lot of the things that we complained about and things that we wanted to come back or see fixed, etc., added to the game, wound up eventually happening, which means they were listening. And it wasn't just lip service that Deej was giving us when he would come on the podcast, right? They were genuinely listening to the community and getting that feedback. So, and that's why I know I'm very biased when it comes, because I love the game. I love the fact that my son loves the game, and it's something that we get to do together. So I am very excited about it. I'm excited for what Destiny 2 potentially could be, just these bigger worlds, they're talking more of an open world feel to what Destiny 2 potentially could be. And, like you said, Danny, we'll see on May 18th, when we get some more of that gameplay footage. But I'm just generally excited for it. I think as long as the story is decent, and old Cicero Holmes over at Spawn on me, we've been arguing about this behind closed doors, because he thinks, I'm just going to put him on Front Street. He thinks Destiny 2 is not going to be a success, that people are going to get disinterested with it and the community is going to walk away from it. And I'm asking him why, and he can't really give me a true reason why. But my point is, they have their core audience. Bungie has always delivered on the shooting mechanics and the gameplay. That's always been there, going back to the Halo days, right? None of that changed from Destiny. Destiny was a tight shooter from day one. So that's going to be there. Just give us a halfway decent story. That's all they got to do. And
not only that. Yeah. Not only that, Paris, but I think I think this game is going to be more successful than the first one, because they're also adding now the PC version.
Exactly.
That's one.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Number two is, what Bungie has to do, because look, they already have people like Pete and you that are definitely going to buy the games. But what about people like me? Because there's a lot of gamers out there that was just like me. We started playing for like a couple months and then we stopped.
Yeah,
so
and
how can they get us to start playing this once it releases later this year? But it's not. I think it's more than the story, Paris.
No.
Also,
I agree.
It's the gameplay and everything. The whole combination of everything.
Yeah, because I was going to add in, before you cut me off, I was going to add in.
Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Sorry, it's my connection. It's my internet connection.
No, but I was going to add in, because it's funny that you bring up yourself, because you and Ryan McCaffrey, over at IGN, are very similar. He talks about it on Podcast Unlocked all the time, that he started playing early on, finished the campaign, and then he didn't have enough people together to do the raid and stuff, and then he just stopped. And I think that's another thing that, again, if you go back to that first year of Destiny, my God, it was such a freaking grind fest to get stuff, And only the most hardcore of the hardcore were going to do that for the loot, but not everyone's going to do it. And see, I think they're trying to get people like you and Ryan in to where you would play the game as long as they keep you interested into it, right? As long as they're not making you just do this ridiculous grind. So I think, again, when you go back to the Taken King and even in the Rise of Iron, you can tell that they've taken steps to fix that. And look, this is Activision we're talking about. This isn't just Bungie. If you look at it, they opened the coin purse and all hands have been on deck. They got rumored 3 studios working on this game to make sure that they're constantly churning out content for it post launch. And, the marketing budget, I'm sure is going to be off the charts for this game. You know, you look at the rumored Destiny Con that potentially be coming this summer. They're squaring this up to, and this is another thing me and Cicero were talking about. This eventually could take the place of Call of Duty. I think they're setting it up for that. Not this year.
I can see that.
Not this year. I'm not saying this year. Call of Duty's still going to be the GOAT this year. But eventually, Destiny could be the top IP for Activision. It's clearly number 2 right now. And they are positioning it that if Call of Duty does falter, this could take its place. And so, yeah, I expected, I fully expect this.
I could see it maybe perhaps overtaking Call of Duty, but I don't think it'll become the top IP for Activision because
what else is there?
Blizzard, Overwatch.
I see that Blizzard. That to me, that's separate.
It's Activision Blizzard. It's the same,
but that's separate.
It's the same company.
Well, if you're saying that, then World of Warcraft rules.
Then World of Warcraft, yes. I would say WoW would be number 1. Overwatch would be number 2. Call of Duty number 3. I think. I mean,
I love how my wife decided I'm going to cut the grass as soon as I said, "Hey, I'm podcasting." I hope this is. I'm just putting that out there right now.
I will say I like what you're saying about how is Bungie going to bring in the Dannys and the Ryans, the people who tap out after after 3 or 4 weeks because they don't want to do the grind fest. But the ultimate incentive for players to be able to get that continued benefit of playing the game is going to come from the grind. I mean, Cade Six even says it. There will be loot, but the only way you get that loot is by going through the thing that everybody hates.
But make it more. But what I'm saying is, and again, you can kind of see they were heading down that path with more with Rise of Iron, even more so than Taken King, of the quest structure and making it that you're not just, because remember that ridiculous quest they had in Taken King where you had to go get all the spin metal? I think that was, oh my God. That kind of stuff, that almost turned me off from the game because they just have to make it interesting where you're literally going from point A to point B to point C to where you feel like you're accomplishing something instead of you're just sitting in one area the whole time farming something over and over. And that's where the gameplay structure comes into place. But of course, the grind, this is a grind game, but they have to hit that sweet spot of making the grind fun is what I'm trying to say. You know,
and everybody has to remember the end game. Right, for most, especially on the campaign, the single player component, the multiplayer, the co-op component. Because I don't want to say multiplayer because I think that's a different breed of player. At the end of the day, it's not for everyone, but for most people, they're going to want to do that co-op single player experience where they're doing the grind, but they want to get to that end game, which is the raid. And unfortunately, and I hate to be the plunger on this and bringing up old crap, but this is one of the reasons why Danny got turned off. Was because, and not from the grind, but from, unfortunately, in this instance, it was, myself and several other people who were of the appropriate level to be able to participate successfully in the raid. And Danny came in severely underleveled. Like, I think he was just barely, I think it was a level 25 was the initial minimum you could be to get into the raid.
And it was still tough for me.
and like everybody else was 27, 28, 30. And everybody else was doing significant damage to be able to participate in the raid on a fundamental level where Danny was just dying, just nonstop. And it was more of a hindrance. And as a result, we ended up booting him and he never came back on for like 18.
Well, I came back. Well,
he rarely came back on for about 18 months that we ever saw consistently. And it wasn't. And then eventually, hold on, Danny. And then we eventually were like, look, we'll Sherpa you through so you can start to see some of the other things that you could do. And Danny, for the most part, was that encouraged him enough to come back into it. But I think he had already been salted on the game and wasn't really interested or confident in going into it full on like me and you and all the other people that we play with on a kind of consistent basis, whether it be on Xbox One or on PlayStation. That is going to be the key indicator for the success of this game is to how do you get again the Ryans and the Dannys to continue to come back after weeks 5, 6, and 7, to keep coming back, doing quests and hopefully participating in the raids. It's just that's going to be, I think, the difficult part for them. And again, you know me as well as you. Destiny Wife Problems is going to happen. My wife already saw it. She's already given me the eye roll, and it's going to happen. I'm going to see it. I'm gonna become one with my couch on many hours for many nights.
Well, here's what they have to do, because I get what you're saying, and I'll say for the record, I do not want matchmaking in raids. I don't, because it is going to be like freaking herding cats. You're going to have people drop it. It's going to be ridiculous, right? But they have to find a way to get people that don't have 5 other buddies into at least an area to where they can meet up, talk, and form a raid group, right? So let's be blunt here. LFG.net and sites like that saved this freaking game over the past 3 years, because if it weren't for those sites, Destiny would have failed, because that's what saved it, was the raid and being able to get people together to do nightfalls and things like that. So they have to figure out a social structure in game that works for everyone, that's going to get people together that want to do some of these higher level in-game activities like nightfalls, and obviously the culmination of all that being able to do a raid. Because statistically, the percentage of people that have completed a raid versus the percentage of people that actually, have played Destiny at some point is very small. Like if you go on PlayStation Network and look at the trophy count for the percentage of people that have done like Flawless Raider and things like that, it's tiny compared to the actual population of the game. So I'm sure Bungie sees this. They have these developers creating this amazing in-game activity that I'm telling you right now, I say it all the time, to get 6 people to work together as one to complete a raid, especially like on hard mode or something like that, the sense of accomplishment is unparalleled, right? So I think everyone needs to be able to experience that. So that's kind of finding that balance of being able to do that in game. But I don't want it to just be blind matchmaking, because that's not going to work, because you're just going to have people dropping the frick out all over the place if you do that. So they got to figure out some kind of in-game LFG component to get people together to do the raids and the in-game activities.
Do you think?
What about this?
Sorry. Do you think limiting party to 4, but having the requirement of 6 for a raid is part of that issue?
What do you mean? I guess I think I'm confused.
Like, you can get a party up relatively quickly, but to be able to transition from in-game party, like from a 4-player minimum in your party to play, I guess, in a solo campaign, to get into a raid is 6, right? Like, you have to go from 4 to 6. What do you mean
4? The 4 is throwing me off. You mean 3?
I mean, sorry, 3. You're
right. I was like, wait, what game you playing?
I haven't played since September last year. Okay, since we beat the raid, I've played Season 4. I haven't played it. So it's been a while. Do you think that going from 3 to 6 and having that party group to a raid group is maybe leading to some of that issue of getting people on consistently?
Well, there's no in-game way to say, hey, you want to raid, and 6 people jump in. They could easily fix that if they wanted to. You know what I mean? But like I said, at the same time, you don't want just straight up matchmaking for a raid either. So again, look, there may or may not have been a conversation about this with someone a year ago at E3, but let's just say they know. I'll just say that they know they need to fix the social.
No birdie.
Yeah.
What about this? What if they add 2 options, Paris? 1, matchmaking for those that don't have friends, and 1, a private session there. Like,
no,
that you could. Why not?
No, because all right, you don't have friends, and your only option is to do this matchmaking thing. It is going to discourage you from ever wanting to do a raid again, because you will never complete one. I 100% promise you that. You will not complete a raid if you just wildly matchmake with 5 other people. You guys will not come together as one and complete the freaking raid. No way. No freaking way. So that's what I mean. They need an LFG thing where you can set requirements, what you're looking for, and people can join, etc. And then you do it that way. And look, LFG ain't even the most perfect thing either. The best solution is to have be in a clan and have 5 of your other buddies and go do a raid. That's when it's the most fun, because all of you are on the same page. You're communicating. You know your roles, and you're doing your thing. That's the most fun I've had playing Destiny, doing it that way. But LFG can work, but it's just not 100%. But matchmaking, I put that at a less than 5% chance of you ever completing a raid doing it on just pure matchmaking.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Pete, anything else? Pete?
No, I'm hype.
We haven't even really talked about the trailer.
Oh, let's talk about the trailer.
Yeah.
So break it down, Paris. Break it down, the trailer.
Well, basically, you had two camps. You had Zavala, and then you had Cade Six, like trying to rally the survivors together. Zavala is being all serious about it because he talks about the cabal in a very serious voice, and then you got Nathan Fillion, being Cade Six, being very sarcastic about it. And I love that they had that blend of, this is a serious thing. The cabal has attacked Earth. They've destroyed the tower and the city, and he's trying to rally everyone together for this final stand. And Cade Six is, doing it in a very comical way, but they both work. It shows you that they're not taking Destiny too seriously, but at the same time, you can expect a lot of the same fun that you had from the original. And I liked that we got to see some different variants of these new cabal enemies that we're going to fight. You got to see some familiar characters from the first game in the background, like we saw Lord Shaxx. Allegedly, I think we saw Xur in the background as well. You obviously saw one of the new Guardians was wearing Queen's armor gear, which kind of leads to the fact that the Queen's most likely coming back. Just things like that, man. And we got to see some new Vanguard weapons, etc. So, look, it's shaping up to be what I think it should be. Because again, I tell everyone, go watch 2013 E3 reveal of Destiny. Go watch that demo. I think that's what they're trying to get back to. And if they can get to that, then yeah, they're going to have a hit on their hands. I'm looking forward to it.
I have something to say here.
Sure.
I just noticed something here.
Yeah.
So I went to GameStop right now, GameStop.com, and I put a Destiny 2 expansion pass. So I noticed that the PlayStation 4 version says $34.99, and when you go to the Xbox version, it says $40. Why is that?
Because why would you play it on Emerald? No, I'm kidding. I honestly,
for the pay gate.
honestly, I have no idea why it says that, because the only things that I've seen are there's that full collector's edition, which is $250, and then there's the deluxe edition, which is $99, which includes both expansion packs. And then obviously you can get the $60 version of the game. I didn't even realize they were selling the expansion pack separately.
Yeah, they are selling it separate. But that, I think I hope it's an error, because this is like honestly not fair for. Like, I understand the whole marketing deal and stuff. Like, you get exclusive content and like in a certain like console, that's fine. But to have it two different prices like this,
that's got to be a mistake. I don't see. Now, look, we know that PlayStation is going to have exclusive content again until, as it says, at least 2018. So, I mean, again, someone brand new, because we've been getting questions about this too. Oh, what platform should I get on? First of all, I say get it where your friends are. But if that doesn't matter to you, if you want to make sure you get all the loot and play all the strikes and everything that the game has to offer, the PlayStation version is going to be the definitive version again, even over the PC version.
Yep. Pete, you were going to say something?
No, I was just agreeing with you. It makes no sense as to why the game with the season pass is $99 on PlayStation, but it's $105 for Xbox One. It just it baffles the mind.
I don't know, man. Understand. That's kind of as a gamer, I find that like really kind of crazy. If this is like the official price, I just hope it's an error and it'll get fixed like soon.
And I don't recall if I missed it or not, but confirmed PlayStation is the lead platform on this?
Yes. Well, it has the marketing deal. I mean,
it does. And here how I know too, because a lot of the PlayStation folks I've been following like on Twitter and on Facebook, they've really been promoting this like crazy. And while the Xbox employees has been kind of like quiet, they just promote it like here and there, not as much as the PlayStation employees. So yeah, I think the marketing deal is happening for sure.
Right. So one of the things I'd like to talk about also is like, what do you get? Like, obviously there's the vanilla, which is the base game. The expansion pass, as you mentioned, gets you access to expansion 1 and 2, new story missions, co-op activities, multiplayer, weapons, armor, and gear. Also, you get a legendary sword at launch, legendary player emote, and an emblem that you get to portray on your character for the Cabal Empire. So there's that. You've got the collector's edition, which I know Paris has already mentioned he's not a fan of.
Yeah.
This one, I can't recall the price. I think it's like $140, $150. You get the same stuff that you would get in the premium, but you also get a steel case with all of the, like images and whatnot. You also get a charger, solar USB charger with built-in light, and a Frontier bag. It's like it holds a laptop and stuff like that, which I think would be kind of cool if you went to like E3 wearing a bag like that, showing off your appreciation for the title. I don't know if it's worth all the extra dollar bills. I think I'm just going to go ahead and get the digital deluxe pass. I know you said, Paris, you had no issues getting your pre-order done this morning or this afternoon on Amazon, but when I went, for some reason, I was getting an alert saying you're shopping from the United States. It's not available for pre-order. So I've tried throughout the day to try to line up my pre-order on PS4, and I've been having an issue. And I don't know if that's someone up above telling me to hold off. But I can't find it. And when I have been able to get to Amazon and go to place and line up the standard edition, or to try to get the digital deluxe, that option to and I'm trying it right now as we're recording, that option to change it from standard to digital deluxe is not open. It will not change. It's like it's hard coded to only, even though I'm selecting from destinythegame.com/buy, selecting PlayStation 4, selecting digital deluxe, hit pre-order from Amazon, and it defaults and there's nothing available except for the standard edition.
Just to go back to something Danny said a second ago, because I'm on Amazon right now and I'm looking at the PS4 limited edition, and he's talking about those expansion packs. I see 34 for PlayStation. Xbox One says $44.99. I don't know why.
Wow,
I don't know why. Yeah, Pete, I don't know. Maybe they sold out or something. I don't know, but I got.
How do you sell out of a digital? How do you sell out digital?
I don't know, but I see what you're saying. It's not here. I don't know. Sucks for you.
Yep.
Man, this kind of got me a little angry, man. Like I've never seen this before though.
It's got to be a mistake. There's no way they're gonna charge $10 more.
Two stores. Yeah. 2 stores already doing that?
Yeah, it's got to be a mistake.
Yeah, and it's crazy. And then here I am on Amazon. I'm still here on Amazon. It doesn't matter if I switch from Xbox One to PC to PS4. It's locked on standard. So I don't know if there's a different SKU for digital. I don't know. I've even done searches for Destiny 2 Digital Deluxe, and it's not popping up. So I don't know. I'm hoping. I'm just going to wait, Danny, a couple of days.
Are you looking at Amazon? I'm looking at Destiny, the first one. PS4.
No, I'm looking the second one. Yeah,
okay.
I'm at the.
You thought he was looking at the first one.
Yeah. No.
Okay,
I'm at the Destiny 2 page right now.
No, Destiny 2 on Amazon, they're the same price.
And actually, I've got it here. I'm gonna screen cap it for posterity. Destiny 2 Digital Deluxe PS4 digital code currently unavailable.
Yeah, they must have sold out because I got mine.
By the way, have you seen the GameStop exclusive?
Yeah,
that's not enough.
Yeah, it's Cade 6.
Yeah, you get a Nenderino doll.
Yeah, it's Cade 6. I'm
wait, that's the one for the $99?
I'm half tempted to just go pre-order it, get Cade 6, and then cancel it.
And bounce.
Yeah,
and bounce.
But that would be unethical of me.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, I know.
No, a lot of people are like kind of like, man, should I pre-order the limited edition or whatever, or just go with the regular game?
Well, I just
think it's worth it.
I just don't want I just don't want a physical copy. I mean, digital, because I don't want to be swapping discs for a game. I'd rather just have digital. So
yeah,
but but see, here's the thing: if you know you're committed to Destiny, that you're going to play this for the long haul, in my opinion, whether you pre-ordered it or not, you might as well go ahead and get the limited or deluxe edition, whatever you want to call it, for $100, because you're going to get those expansion packs and you'll save money buying them up front versus buying them later. So that's how I kind of justify it or look at it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Pete, we have a sponsor for this week, right?
Yes, we do. Sweet and sour salmon with bok choy, carrot, and ginger fried rice. Parmesan crusted chicken with creamy fettuccine and roasted broccoli. I mean, that sounds good, right? It sounds like something you would want to eat. And it's meals like these that make Blue Apron the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country. Blue Apron provides you with an amazing variety of meals that you can select or get a grab bag of sorts selected by the Blue Apron culinary team. Either way, each meal you receive from Blue Apron comes with a step-by-step, easy-to-follow recipe card and pre-portioned ingredients, and the typical meal takes anywhere from 40 to 45 minutes. Time is money, and not only do you save time by not having to go to the store, but for less than $10 per person per meal, Blue Apron delivers great tasting, seasonal recipes along with pre-portioned ingredients. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've bought a bunch of cilantro parsley for a meal and only used a little bit of it, and the rest of it ends up in the garbage. So you're saving time and money, and you get a great meal all at the same time. So all you got to do, check out this week's menu, get your first 3 meals free with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/gamertag. You'll love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. So don't wait. That's blueapron.com/gamertag. Blue Apron, a better way to cook.
Welcome to Play It, a new podcast network featuring radio and TV personalities talking business, sports, tech, entertainment, and more. Play it at play.it.
Back on the scene.
This is Gamertag Radio. Voicemail at 786-2737-GTR.
All right, so I know today there was a conference call with CD Projekt Red. They talked about like a little bit about The Witcher and also future games that's coming up that they've been working on too. And I believe, was it Paris? You were the one that found out about this, right?
Well, yeah. Truth be told, I just happened to be on NeoGAF and I saw a link to it, so I started reading it. So yeah, CD Projekt Red had their investor call today. And they talked about Cyberpunk 2077. Right now, the studio has over 300 people working on it, which represents about 75% of their total workforce. It is already in advanced development, which to me says 2019 we might see this game. They also talked about 2017 being the year of Gwent, which excites me. And matter of fact, there's going to be a technical beta on PlayStation 4 this weekend. So you can just go to PlayStation 4 and download that. And they're expecting to have an open beta for all 3 platforms on PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4 this spring. And then the full release will be later this year, second half of this year. So I'm expecting probably E3 or something. They'll be like, and Gwent is out for everyone now. Gwent is a free-to-play game so you can buy cards and kegs or whatever you want to call it. And I guess the sales on that have actually been pretty good already in the beta. I have not bought Nair 1, and I never will. But they're seeing success with Gwent, and I guess they're very happy with it. They're also talking about expanding the GOG Galaxy platform, which, by the way, they have cloud saves and all that now on there, which is fantastic. I've been playing Witcher 3 again lately, and it's been saving the cloud, which is great. But they're talking about expanding the representation into China and Japan for Gwent because of the growth. And someone decided to, and also CD Projekt Red is working on a second IP, and they're not going to disclose what it is yet. But someone brought up The Witcher, and they basically said that The Witcher's done. There's going to be no more expansions on that. It was conceived as a trilogy. Someone brought up, well, what about a 4th entry? They were like, nope, it was a trilogy. But they said if something with The Witcher were to come back, it would be different than what we've seen it in its current form. To me, that says we're going to see a Witcher game where either you create your own character in the open world or you're going to be Ciri. But I don't see them walking away from Witcher. And that very well could be that second IP that they're currently working on right now.
Do you really think that makes sense to use Ciri as a character? Because by the end,
spoilers. Those spoilers.
Come on, man! Really, 2 years later,
some people have not played it, so because dude, I get hit up all the time. Hey, should I play The Witcher? Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Yeah, don't spoil it, man. Go attack Pete.
But the point is, they can tell a side story with her. You could do a prequel. I mean, there's all kinds of things they could do.
No, but I agree with that first notion of potentially create your own Witcher, go through the whole Witcher Academy, which you do at the beginning. That would be fantastic. That would be, I think that would be a great introduction for those who have never played a Witcher title. Actually, I kind of wish that would have been me going into Witcher 3. Like, give me an opportunity to go through the full, gamut of creating my own Witcher. And I think because I think a lot of games really suck in the gamer by doing that, by giving you the ability to create. You gain that ownership of that character and title. So I think it's fantastic. And Cyberpunk 2077. I cannot wait. Take your time, please, but don't take your time. Hurry up.
Right. Agreed. And that's why I said 2019. I don't think 2018 seems way too quick, in my opinion. So I think that the earliest 2019 or 2020 is when we probably see it. And that was the other thing that came out of that. They mentioned that they will be working with the Cyberpunk license for years to come. And the second thing that came out of this, which again is why there's no way they're going to just sleep on The Witcher, they're going to do something else with it, is CD Projekt Red owns the Witcher franchise in and out solely. No one else has any ties into that Witcher franchise, so they can license it out to someone else if they wanted to, or they can develop it with another game in-house if they so choose. And like I said, they're currently working on a second IP side by side with Cyberpunk 2077. So I think it'll be another Witcher game personally. It just obviously won't be what the previous trilogy was. So I'm excited, man. They're literally my favorite developer right now. I love them.
Because, hell yeah.
You know,
they did a great job with The Witcher.
Yeah, I just love from where they came from as some guys that had absolutely no idea how to make a game and took a Polish, fairy tale, which was the Witcher, not fairy tale, but Polish lore, which was the Witcher in those books, and turned it into this amazing franchise. And now they're moving on with Cyberpunk 2077. GOG Galaxy is becoming a Steam rival, in my opinion, with the stuff that they're doing on that side. And Gwent, I freaking love. I love playing that game too. So it's like anytime I see CD Projekt Red on the screen, I get excited. I'm like, oh, what they doing now? So yeah, this is exciting, man. So it really gives me hope for the next couple of years of we're going to see a new great IP coming from them with Cyberpunk 2077. I can't even say it right, but 2077.
Is there any concern that not only are they already working on and full gears, full speed ahead on Cyberpunk, but they're already starting to establish resources for this alternate, AAA IP that they're working on? Are you concerned that their focus isn't solely on Witcher, as has been the previous? They've always, they've consistently always been like, okay, we're going to work on this, finish this, and give you everything you need, and then move on to the next title. Whereas now they've got two different things. Or do you think that the success of Witcher 3 has allowed them to get more resources so that they could do kind of like a multitasking on titles?
I'll just say this. The Witcher franchise just went over 25 million units sold. And about 90% of that was The Witcher 3. So do the math. The company's worth allegedly in value about $7 billion right now. Hey, go do whatever the hell you want. Who am I to tell you how to use your resources? Because they've obviously hit on a winning formula right now. And if they think they have the resources to have Cyberpunk in development, a second big IP in development, and also be pushing out Gwent right now, do you? Hey, like you like to say, Pete, do you, boo-boo?
Do you, boo-boo?
Yeah. Oh, which, by the way, just speaking of Gwent, real quick, and I'll shut up. They just pushed out an update for Gwent. Oh, my God. Changes the game now with just little subtle stuff. I freaking love it, man. I'm telling you. Remember how excited I got at E3 last year? Yeah, remember I
just got the game.
Start playing it. Because on Xbox, right?
Yeah, it just popped up. Like I was already available.
I mean, I can kick your ass then in crossplay. This is great.
Wow. Wow, shots fired, son. You remember what the first time we went to their booth at E3? Actually, it was in a meeting room.
Mm-hmm.
The first time they showed The Witcher 3.
Yeah, we had beer.
And it was a very small group of people. It was like the second time we went, you could tell it was like more people already worked on the game. And they also gave us beer too. Mm-hmm. Here, enjoy the show. I was like, oh man, that's cool.
And that was the day I fell in love. I remember, man.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna take a short break. I'm gonna play this review of I was talking to my brother, we reviewed the Turtle Beat headsets this also works for the Nintendo Switch. So we talked about that. And once we come back, we're gonna wrap up the show. So we'll be right back after this.
Take it out. You're listening to Gamertag Radio.
All right, so right now we're going to be talking about two headsets that Turtle Beach sent us here for review. One is the Recon 50, and the other one is Elite Pro. And I have here my brother Nano. We've been testing this out for the Nintendo Switch because that was the main reason why I contacted Turtle Beach. I asked them. They sent us an email about that these headsets work not only for the consoles and the PC, but also works for the Nintendo Switch. So we're going to be reviewing this only for the Nintendo Switch. Yes, I tried out with my other systems, but this is only for Nintendo Switch. So, Nano, you have the Elite Pro. That one is, I believe, $199, correct?
Yeah. You actually gave me the higher end model, which is surprising because you always kind of shaft me on it and take the better one. But yeah, that one's priced at $199. And I tried it on multiple devices as well, and it works great for the Switch. You know, if you're looking for a good headset and you want to go a little high end, the $199 model is not bad. It's not a bad choice.
Mine is a smaller model, which is the Recon 50. That one is I believe $39.95, which you could go to the Turtle Beach website and buy it from there. But the thing is, these also came with a mic for both headsets. Now the thing is, right now with the Switch, there's no games that has voice chat. They're planning to do that like later on this year. So hopefully we could come back and talk about it, like how was it with the voice chat online and everything once they launch the official Nintendo online thing. That's for later on. But mine's is comfortable, man. It's a little bit smaller than yours. Yours is I think the headset part of yours is more thicker, but mine's is small and very, very comfortable. The bass, like I'm playing a lot of Zelda with it, and the quality sounds really, really good for the $39.95 version. So I can imagine yours, there's like $199. Can you what you could tell me with that version for that headset?
Honestly, we could have switched because I wanted to try out the more economic version, you know, the $40 version, and the quality on mine was perfect. But when you say the bass was really deep, like that's the thing is with this one, it didn't feel so deep and heavy. Like the quality was amazing. The over the earpiece, I think it did have like an extra half an inch of like foam or padding, and it gave it a really, you know, ventilated feeling to the ear. So like it wasn't overheating like my other headset, because the other one that I use for the Xbox, it kind of just, you know, when you have a headset on, especially over the ear, it kind of sweats your ears up, and you get that like, oh man, I got to take this thing off my head feeling. But these felt comfortable. I had them on for multiple hours. And the sound quality was great. With Zelda, it, you know, worked perfectly. You could hear every footstep, you know, every swing of the sword. You know, you could hear it moving from right ear to the left, and it sounded great. But I wanted to try that lesser model just because $200 is a lot of money to invest in any headset, unless you're like really, you need a, you know, high end, high quality headset. I could see you spending the money, but for the everyday person, you're more, $40 is even a lot if you're on the go. The Switch is supposed to be on the go. Those headsets are kind of, you need somewhere to like pack them in, and you need a case for them. But the $40 version, like it just seems more accessible, I guess, because my headsets are pretty big.
I mean, I think the other version, the Elite Pro version, I think that's more if you're gonna stay home. More of, I mean, you could take it out if you want. Mine's personally, like, I really want to test mine out to see how it is, like when you go to like a plane, how's the sound like outside, because, you know, like I've used like Beats headphones and other stuff like that, and it blocks the sound from the outside, because this one is like over the ear for both headsets. So yeah, the smaller one, definitely I could take it out with my Switch. Great quality, everything, and it's very, very comfortable too, man. So have you tried other games too for your headset? Because I only tried, the majority of the time I tried two games, the Fast RMX and also Zelda. The Fast RMX, I believe the song, the sound effects, everything in that game is like louder compared to the Zelda game. So I always have to like lower the volume on that game. But what about you?
I have almost every Switch game available except for those new ones that were released you know, recently, like over the past few weeks. I tried it with Snipper Clips, the 1-2 Switch, which is very hard to play when you have a headset on that system, because the cable is it's long, but it's, you know, you get caught up with your arms. But I tried it with Bomberman, which was way too loud. that game has so many sound effects, and since it's over the ear, you kind of just get that echoey sound. Like you're inside of a loud living room, and you can't escape it. But it's that game is just put the volume all the way down, and you'll be fine.
There's one thing, man, a couple people asked me this. Is it possible to put the Switch on TV mode and have these headsets on? As of right now, my version, you can't do that right now because the one that I have is only like when you're on the go. If you want something like that, I think these headsets would be perfect for like the PlayStation 4, PC, and Xbox One. But the Nintendo Switch, the Turtle Beach headset or any type of headset is only, as of right now, you can only use that on the go. I haven't seen anything yet that where you could play like TV mode and use those headsets, unless you're really close. I mean, I don't know if that will work too. Connected, can you do that or no? I don't think so.
No, yeah, it works. If you're like, that's the thing. I have a few TVs in my house, and I tried it when I connected the dock to my 32-inch because that's what I use for my computer. And I'm like, all right, let me see on this TV. It's a smaller TV. I could probably be a little closer than sitting in front of a 60-inch TV, and it works, but again, like my eyes started to hurt. I can't be in front of a television for that long and just plaster on that much light into my eyeballs. So this is more of a portable headset. Like I don't see it for, unless if you're using it for the Switch, they're cool, but just make sure that you have a good case for it or a book bag. If you kept them inside of a book bag or in a bag, you'll be fine.
And this doesn't work with the USB, the one that I have.
Yeah, it has the audio jack, which I think people are going to start taken away, you know what I mean? Like all these companies are starting to get rid of it, so it's weird to not see these headset companies kind of invest in like USB extensions or at least Thunderbolt.
I mean, we might see that in the future, I guess, because right now the Switch just came out.
Yeah, no, if you're gonna do it, rip off that Band-Aid because they're already screwing us over with like new laptops. The new iPhones, don't have that audio port, that headphone jack. I'm sorry. They're gonna do it eventually, and I feel like everybody should start integrating into it because like I have these headphones that I'm paying $200-$300 for, and I want to keep them forever. That's the intentions. You want to have at least like 3-4 years from it, but if you don't give me an option for it, or at least include those attachments, then it's more money I have to invest in a technology that's gonna be dead in the next year or two.
All right, so we're gonna wrap it up. So now for more information, go to the Turtle Beach website, and we'd like to thank them for sending us the headsets.
Back on the scene. This is Gamer Tag Radio.
All right, here we're back. Gamer Tag Radio episode 647. Just want to say, man, this Sunday I'm going to WrestleMania. I'm pumped. Super pumped. Anybody that going to WrestleMania for the listener of GTR, let me know. Maybe you could meet up over there.
Hey, Shane McMahon's going to jump off that roller coaster.
You think so?
Yep.
Man, he's crazy.
Yep, I think so.
He is crazy. Oof. Are you excited? Any matches? For any matches coming up? At least one.
I think Jericho and Owens has potential to obviously steal the show.
Yep, I see that.
Yeah.
I see that too.
I'm very curious to see, just how Shane and AJ Styles, how that works out. I know he's going to get booed out of the building, but I'm curious to see how Roman Reigns is going to be able to carry the Undertaker through that match. What that match is going to look like. And if not Brock Lesnar, but if Goldberg can go more than like 5 minutes with Brock Lesnar, I'll be shocked. So I don't know how they're going to end the show with him because he just doesn't have the cardio to do like a 10-15 minute match. This is the WrestleMania where everything's just a curiosity to me. I'm just so curious to see how it's all going to go down.
True.
And I have to say this real quick, and I'll shut up. Miz is doing the Lord's work right now.
He's the man for the past few months.
Dude,
he's been good.
Total Bellas spoof that they did on John Cena and Nikki Bella was amazing. Amazing. If you've not seen that, just go YouTube it. It's freaking hilarious. And they make fun of Daniel Bryan too. It's so good. So freaking good.
Yeah, it's getting really good with that stuff, man. And also there has been rumors that Roman Reigns might turn heel, and the only way for him to turn heel is if he wins against the Undertaker, and the crowd is gonna start booing like crazy.
Well, if you watch his last promo, I know Pete probably fell asleep, but if you watch his last promo, he was kind of getting heelish right before the Undertaker came out. So I think that might be a hint to where they're going. I can see it.
Oh man, that's not good, man. We'll see, man. Pete, you want to say anything? I know you're not into the whole wrestling thing, but anything you would like to talk about?
Since we're talking about throwing punches and fighting, apparently, I just want to shout out the new Injustice 2 villains. Over the last couple of days, they've been dropping some villains info. Today, they dropped a teaser trailer unveiling Captain Cold, Gorilla Grodd, Bane, and Scarecrow. Scarecrow looks insane, kind of like a slimmed down. God, what's the guy from Overwatch? I think it's Warthog. I think is his name. I'm hype. I'm getting more hype. I'm getting more and more hype about this game. I know the other day they talked about Cheetah. I know earlier they also unleashed Firestorm. I'm really digging what they're doing, and I can't wait to see more. I can't wait till the game launches. Getting excited. And I think we saw a little bit of Black Adam, which ties into the potential Rock Black Adam movie. And that segues into DC, what are you doing? That Justice League trailer still got me in my feelings.
Yeah, and you know what? I was going to mention this. The new Spider-Man movie. The trailer that just came out. That's how you make a trailer. You know, for the hardcore fans and for those that are just curious about the story, like that's how you make a trailer, not the Michael Bay crappy trailers that he always releases. You know, that's the thing with Justice League, man. It reminds me of that type of style of trailer, man. Just so much special effects, and I don't know, it's whatever.
So,
but
I want you guys don't look it up on Google. I want you guys to watch that Spider-Man trailer again real quick and see if you can find the Easter egg that Marvel dropped in there. It's things like that. It's just a trailer and it was in there. And again, I'm a hardcore comic collector, so it's things like that popped. And then actually as a result, when I finished Iron Fist, I tried to find similar ones like that as well. It wasn't in there, but see if you can find the Easter egg. And listeners, if you can, let me know whether it's on the Discord channel. Hit us up at Fan Mail.
You got to give us a hint. What the hell am I looking for?
Yeah. Like what I'm going to do, pause every scene.
I don't want to give it away, but there's an Easter egg for Spider-Man and the Vulture. But you guys need to find it and let me know. Again, it's things like this, it's little Easter eggs that Marvel and Kevin Feige are doing that make you appreciate what they're doing. They're not just throwing, CGI and explosions on the screen. There's so much more going on in the background. Again, in the background of scenes. I'll make it real quick. It's the tunnel scene. It's in the background. That's all I'll say.
Okay. Now I gotta look at it. All right. Go to gamertagradio.com or play.it/gamertag and listen to our past episodes and share it with your friends. You can also subscribe to through iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, and other podcast directories.
Send us your feedback or questions. Give us a call at 786-273-7GTR. Email us at fanmail@gamertagradio.com or leave a message on speakpipe.com/gamertagradio.
All right, until next time, we're out. Peace.
Thanks for listening to Gamertag Radio. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.